Hey guys, Kirk Ream here again from Transformation Training and Fitness. Today I'm going to show you 3 moves that saved Steph Curry's career. All right, before I get into that, make sure you click on the link in the description and grab your free copy of our 10 drills, 10 game-changing drills that are going to take your game to the next level. You're going to see more exercises like this, and then also 7 really good basketball drills that'll take your game, your vertical, your scoring, everything to the next level. All right, so let's get into these 3 moves that saved Steph Curry's career. All right, so now you guys all know Steph Curry as the 2-time MVP, NBA champion, things like that. However, if you rewind about 5 years, Steph had major ankle issues to the point where they were concerned about limiting his career, his playing time, the duration of his career, and so on and so forth. So what happened was Steph's trainer noticed, or he hired a trainer, and that trainer noticed that Steph was generating force through his ankles. All right, so the body's an interesting thing. In most sports, or in all sports, I should say, the power and explosiveness all comes from the hips. All right, it comes from your hips. It comes from this midsection area. All right? If you look at the joints, each of the joints are designed to do something different. So the ankle moves around this way. The knee, this way. The hip, very similar to the ankle. All right? The wrist, very similar to the ankle. The elbow, similar to the knee. Shoulder, similar to the hip, and so on. The problem is, if the joint above or below is not performing the way it should, for example, in Steph's case, he was trying to generate force from his ankles. So that was making his ankles do something they're not supposed to do, making his knees move in ways they weren't supposed to move, and so on and so forth. All right? So what that trainer did is he started to give Steph, one key exercise that everybody should master, and that's the first one I'm going to show you, and it's called the hip hinge. All right? We call it, there's multiple different ways to do the hip hinge. I'm going to show you today a kettlebell version. You can do this with barbells, dumbbells, medicine balls, whatever you have. But the key is you want to develop power through your hips. And a hip hinge is your butt goes back, your back stays flat, you bend this way, and when you stand, you squeeze your butt. If you saw our previous videos about stop squatting and jump higher, that's a hip hinge type move where your butt's going back here. All right, so you can do that with a kettlebell. So the first move that Steph mastered was the hip hinge. I have a kettlebell here. Again, you can do this barbell, dumbbell, whatever. But what you're going to do, line the kettlebell up here with your heels, push your butt back, keep your back flat, get the kettlebell, stand nice and tall, squeeze your butt. All right, butt goes back, back stays flat. Depending on your range of motion, you don't want to round out, so you don't want to get in this position here. You want to stay nice and tall here, butt back flat, stand up nice and tall. All right, chest stays out, set the shoulder blades back at the top. All right, so Steph mastered that one. That's the first thing that started to make the transition from the power being through his ankles, going to ankle injuries and things like that, to now he's starting to generate force through his hips and butt. All right, from there, then they started to add some single leg exercises, which you need to be doing. Basketball, you jump off of 2 feet, certainly, but there's a lot of times running, layups, jumps off of 1 leg. You've got to be able to do single leg exercises as well. So the next one we want to look at, similar move, still a hip hinge, but now a single leg version. So 2 hands, again, kettlebell, start with just body weight. All right, master the move first. I'm going to show you right into kettlebell. Same move, but now it's 1 leg. So you can start with just your toe down, keep your butt back flat, come back up. All right, once you get the balance part, now you can start to shift the leg back, stand up nice and tall, touch down if you need to. All right, but it's that same position. Squeeze your butt at the top. Now I'm hip hinging, but on a single leg. All right, and that adds a whole new component because now you're not just working through the hip. Now you're on 1 leg, working on balance. The calves are going to be involved, everything from the feet on up. All right, so that's a second exercise you want to add in. The third exercise, another single leg exercise, you're going to use a bench for this. Again, you can add weight or resistance to it with kettlebells or dumbbells, but a split squat. So we're going to be here, nice and tall. Put your ankle kind of at the crease of the bench. Here, stay nice and tall. Drop the back knee down. Here, come back up. All right, down, come back up. You can start to do that. This motion, keep the chest up. Don't lean over. If you are leaning over, that's a weakness through your glutes. So here, down, come back up, and then you can start to jump out of it. You can be explosive. You can add weight, whichever, all right? That move right there, again, quads and hips. You start to learn how to develop power through the hips and the butt where it's supposed to. Take the pressure off the ankles, take the pressure off the knees. When you start to function and move like you're supposed to, the body will stay healthy. You'll be able to perform better on the court because you'll be able to stay on the court with practice, games, and so on. All right? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that, and we'll be back again with another great tip.